Stop and frisk app sends the database that you record straight to the New York Civil Liberty Union's database. Nothing police could do to prevent that from getting to the New York Civil Liberty Union database. Download that app. It's available for the Android phone. It's available also for the iPhone. And another thing is, the only ones that could get that is y'all, because it belongs to y'all. Police cannot go there and get that from the New York Civil Liberty Union unless they get a warrant, to go get it. Now, we got to understand that if we don't look out for one another, don't believe that the police is here to look out for us. Everything you have seen in the last 5 years shows otherwise. Why would they have to be here with riot gears to people that are practicing their First Amendment right? Yes. Why? Ask them why.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Why? Anybody, the floor is open. Anybody want to say anything they want, they can say it. This is about the people and the community. So if you want to speak, you can say what you want. There's no hold bar here. There's nothing against the law to say fuck police, pigs, or anything like that. There's nothing against the law to say that. So if y'all want to say something, get over here and say it. Because the longest we keep these officers over here, the safer the community is over there.
That's right. That's right. Sure. And we also got to stop accepting these small violations and summonses they give us. Yes. We got to learn to fight each and every ticket.
No FDD.
And when you are stopped and frisked by these police officers, you must remember their name. And in return, after it's done, sue that officer.
Yeah.
Take him off his job. Make him buy his paycheck. Enough of us paying our tax dollars to pay for them for whipping our asses. Now we take them to court. Get into their pockets. You can sue them.
Look at him smiling. Somebody get that smile. Look at that smile. Right there. Look at that smile. Don't stop smiling. Don't stop smiling. Don't stop smiling. He stopped smiling.
That's only one weapon in the arsenal where we can get them off our back and in our community to get them to respect us. Because every time you drag one of these beasts into the courthouse, that's one less beast we have on the street, assassinate and annihilate our babies.
Mark Church! Mark Church! These fascist police! Think that they have conditioned the will to resist out of us. May they know that there are still millions of us that they have not put in high-tech cages that are still on the streets, that know the game, that know what's up, and just because there have not been serious challenges to their hegemony, to the military occupation of our communities, that it is not coming. Power to the people. From Brooklyn to Palestine. Resistance is justified. From Brooklyn to Palestine. Resistance is justified. All power to the people.
Speak on it,
Attention community.
Over here, guys.
All right, we came out with a cause. We came out for a reason, because we want to stop seeing our kids murdered. We shoot at the police verbally, and they shoot at us with guns. But before we can really get the people to understand that we are not going to tolerate that, we got to stop killing us first.
Sure, that's right.
That's the big. If we sit down and we shoot each other down day after day after day, then why don't they feel like they can do the same thing? All right, so it starts with us. Their job's to police the community, so we'll police our communities by protecting each other first. You're not my enemy, I'm not your enemy. When we get that to the forefront of what we're doing, then we'll have a better argument. They're using our numbers, the fact that we'll shoot each other down to justify what they are doing.
Yes, that's right.
That's exactly what they've been doing for years. Everybody knows the saying, men and women lie, numbers don't. Remember that. You take from a business aspect to a street aspect. If every day they showing murder after murder after murder, then they're going to say, based on this murder, that murder, we got to do the same thing. All right, I'm an ex-gang member, one of the first bloods in the city of New York, and I changed my life to protect the community. And I've learned from being an ex-gang member how to identify another gang member. And some of these police are gang members.
That's right.
They are the biggest gangs in New York.
We must respect there are, even though people will argue, there are some good police officers out there.
But they kill them.
There are some good ones, so I will fight. It's not against police in itself, but against the police that's shooting down our communities. So we take a stand to protect ourselves first. Our voices will be heard with so much more passion. And I'm done.
Mic check, mic check.
Thank you.
This brother's right.
This brother's right.
With the violence in the community. But he's missing one thing.
But he's missing one thing.
These young youth,
These young youth.
they not going into a gun store. They don't have the credential or the ability to go buy these guns.
I agree.
These guns are being brought to the community by an outside force.
Good point.
We need to put a stop to that force. Our kids are not criminals. They are not thugs. They are not gangsters. I will not label them that. They are human beings who have been led astray by many others. But it is our duty to make sure that we bring them back to the right path. But not by calling them criminals or pointing the fingers at them. And what happens in the community does not give any justification to any law enforcement to go around and killing them. That is a false statement, and I will not agree with it. Because that gives no justification for the brutality we face on a daily basis from the NYPD. That is no justification for that. So let's not be thinking, that we need to worry about getting violence in our community. Yes, that is a point. But there is nothing worse than the violence being perpetrated by the ones that's supposed to protect and serve the community. There's nothing worse than that. There's no justification for that. And we need to understand that. We're here because of police brutality. That's why we're here for. Because they've been running around killing, and dehumanizing our human family for years. And we had enough of that. And I don't care, you know what I'm saying, who would disagree with that or who will agree with it. But the problem is not the community, but the system we are forced to live under. That is the problem. The problem is when there ain't enough schools, for these kids to go to, they all gotta be squashed into one schoolroom. The problem is when these kids goes into these schools, they treat it like they're going into a prison. That is the problem. The problem is, there ain't no jobs. The problem is there ain't nowhere for these kids to go and do something productive because that's been taken away from them. That is the problem. The problem is that we fail to realize that if it hasn't reached our doorsteps yet, it's just a matter of minutes before it do. Don't wait till your kid be the next victim for you to be standing here speaking against it. Once again, I love my youth in my community. They are great. They come from greatness. They come from kings and queens. They come from scientists and philosophers. Our kids come from people that built pyramids. People that built monuments that right now this government don't even know how the hell it was built. Because they can't understand the knowledge that comes, you know what I'm saying, from the original people and people in general. That's what we are here talking about. I will not let anybody come here and change what this is about. This is about, once again, police brutality. Let's talk about 2012. All right, police, all right, on Facebook sending racist remarks, all right, to the West Indian Parade. Let's talk about police officers smuggling guns, all right, from New Jersey to over here, all right, to Brooklyn. All right, let's talk about the officer, all right, from the 9th precinct stealing guns from his own precinct and selling them to our youth in the Bronx. All right, let's talk about maybe one of those guns, all right, that officer sold is the gun that killed Lloyd Morgan. All right, maybe that one of those guns that killed him. Let's talk about that. All right, don't get fooled. If you believe, you know what I'm saying, stop believing that they're here for us. Because the minute you continue to believe that, you will continue to be a victim of police brutality. All right? We are standing up against it. We're standing against all brutality. All right? And then, if we want to help our community, for a lot of people, y'all need to be out here every single day. This is an every single day job. Alright, if you see brothers and sisters in the corner, alright, and you pass by them and act like they don't exist, but then you want to come and talk about how we need to stop the violence in our community, and all you're doing is passing by these young youth and doing nothing, then you're part of the problem too. You understand? Alright, I also am an ex-gang member. Alright, I am also, you know what I'm saying, been incarcerated. Alright, but now for the past 10 years, it's been a struggle to bring justice, freedom, and equality to my human family. Alright? It's all about love, peace, and happiness. Alright? And we want to live in a world that we are not occupied by the police department. We want to live in a world where we don't feel like we're in prison, even though we so-called free in society. Alright? They treat us the same way people are treated, alright, when there is war in these other countries. Alright, with these checkpoints, that's exactly what they do in these other countries. Alright? When they occupy our neighborhood and stop and frisk us, that's the same thing they do to insurgents in other countries where they're out there killing them and they have no reason to be out there anyway. So let's make sure that when we leave out of here today, we know why we came here. We know that we came here to make a voice. We came here to let the NYPD know that if they do not get out our neighborhood, we're going to make sure that we keep gathering people and run them out. We don't need police officers that's in our neighborhood, alright, not protecting us. We don't need police officers in our neighborhood that's treating us all like criminals. Alright? Right now, I work for the New York City Parks and Recreation Department, and I still get stopped and frisked. Alright? When I show my ID, they back up. Why do I have to show them my ID for them to back up? Alright? They should not be stopping me anyway. So that's what we're dealing with here. Alright? I'm telling you, we have many different characters and many different people with many different levels of understanding, but we all know one thing. Even though we don't agree with everything, even though we don't see eye to eye, we have one common enemy, and that common enemy, let me say it again, that common enemy is the system we are forced to live under, and everybody that is protecting the system. Right? That is a myth within itself when they say they're good cops. Let me tell you something. I ain't seen no good cop come out and speak against the injustice that's been happening to the So, like y'all say, you know what I'm saying? If y'all see something, say something. But y'all not saying nothing. So, if y'all see something being wrong, if y'all see an injustice happening to somebody and y'all stay quiet, then y'all are guilty more than the one perpetrating that injustice. Alright, power to the people.